Nothing is under control, and it is okay. One of the greatest sources of suffering for so many of us is that we have been taught to believe that there is something called control, and that we must master and apply that control over all aspects of our life. And it's just not possible, because life is made of time, and so we never know what the next moment will bring along. Believing that we have somehow power of control over things implies that we can somehow control time, and this is just not possible. And so, please, remind yourself of this. You never had control over anything at all. And it's okay, because you never needed control in the first place. Think about this. You don't control gravity, for instance. You don't control the sun shining, the planet dancing in the sky, the moon orbiting around Earth. You don't control the weather, the seasons. You don't control your body. You don't control your heart beating, your lungs breathing, the blood flowing in your veins, or your immune system. You don't control people. You don't control what they think of you, how they feel about you, how they perceive you, and how they're going to behave with you the next moment. And you don't control whether you or your loved ones will even be alive or in good health tomorrow morning. And so realize that we invented the illusion of control a long time ago to combat fear. Back then, a long time ago, we were not evolved enough to have the wisdom, the intuition, or the intelligence to address fear. And so we had to come up with something. But we want to remind ourselves why we are here in the first place. We are coming into this plane of existence to experience a human adventure. We're not here to control anything. We don't want to be limited by fear, by control, by expectations, by limiting belief, by any of those things. We're here to surrender to the bigger plan that the universe has for us. The universe has a plan, a system, an intelligence, and a timing that is far beyond our human comprehension. And so we must learn how to reconnect with the universe by surrendering to it. We must find the courage to be humble enough to accept where our power starts and ends. And so we have intelligence, we have intuition, we have faith for some of us. And we make choices every day based on the experiences of our past with the best track record. But then we just hope for the best. We don't control what is going to happen the next moment. We just send an intent out there through action, feeling, sensations, affirmation, things that we say, visualization, all of those things. And then we allow for the universe to just do its job. We have a power of influence. We have a power of choices. But this is not control. This is just sending an intent out there to tell which direction we want to go. And then the next moment, the universe is going to give us a new set of situations, circumstances, and possibilities. And then we can, one moment at a time, learn how to adapt, readjust, recalibrate, grow, learn, and expand. Or we can choose to suffer it. We suffer if whatever that we are given the next moment doesn't coincide with our expectations, because we have been trying to control things in a certain way, and it's not happening. And so we must allow for the universe to do its job, which is to support us in making the most of our human potential. It is how things happen, and it is a good system. It is a system that allows us to discover who we are, what we're about, and what our life is about, one step at a time, as we are walking that path. And so stop trying to control anything at all. Stop trying to control your emotions, your feelings, your sensations, your thoughts, or your behavior to start with. None of those things were ever meant to be controlled. They are meant to be experienced. We must allow for emotions, feelings to happen in our body, and for thoughts to just come and go. And then as we are acknowledging those moments, as we are feeling and thinking, as we are living those things, we are processing them. And then the next moment we can breathe out and let it go, so that we can create some space for the next emotions, feelings, thoughts, sensations that will create the next behavior. Now, of course, if we're not happy about some aspect of our life, this is exactly what it's about. We want to learn from from those feedbacks, from those messages, those signals from the universe, from our body, and change some aspects of ourselves. We can address, correct, rectify some triggers, perhaps. We can go through therapy and address some trauma, wounds, and baggage from the past. We can find out more about who we are and who we want to become by the practice of meditation and mindfulness. There's so many things that we can do. But what we never want to do is to repress ourselves. We never want to repress our emotions or feelings or our thoughts. We want to learn how to have a good relationship with them. They're not our enemy. They're literally us in this moment. And what we can do is to change that us through the practice of, again, meditation, mindset, therapy, and so many other things. Some people have been trying to teach us that we had to control our mind and master our emotions, but this is wrong. Because the only way we can control our thoughts or our emotions is by repressing them. And if we repress or suppress any of those things, what we're doing essentially is to trap all that toxic energy inside of our body, and we will suffer from it. The reason why they are teaching us that is because that's all that they know. They don't mean bad. We can only give what we know. And so they believe that it's a good thing to teach us. But they suffer from being emotionally shut down. And you don't have to suffer from it too. You can stop this now. You can stop the generational curse right here and now. You don't need to believe in this anymore. Next, you want to stop controlling people. We can't control anyone. We can't control relationship. And we can't control or even change people. You can't change people any more than they can change you. And so what you can do is to just express yourself, be yourself, find out what is the most authentic version of yourself in this moment, and live that, express that, so that people will know who you are about. The right people will stick with you. The right people will be attracted by you. And the ones who are not aligning with your energy at this point in time, they just part and go through their own journey, and it's okay. But don't try to change others. Change yourself. Change how you experience things, how you feel things, how you look at things, and that will be more than enough. And also, if you want to teach your children how to optimize their mind to have a better life, don't try to control them either. Because that will only create more problems, just like, as I was saying just before, those who are teaching emotional repression. Teach them through actions and behavior. Because this is how children learn, by observation. And so, walk the walk, demonstrate, for examples, how you do this, and they will automatically download that energy within themselves. And finally, stop trying to control your life or your destiny. Again, we're not here to control that life. We're here to explore it, to discover it. The opposite of control is allowance. Allow for your life to unfold one moment at a time, and discover who you are through each challenge, through each problem, through adversity and stress and bad luck and all those things that we label as bad. They are there to teach you what you can do about it in your human adventure. And so please remember, the opposite of fear is flow. And for this to happen, we must surrender to a greater intelligence, in the knowledge that we are that intelligence. Only a fragmented version of it that exists so that we can experience that human experience. I hope it makes sense. In other words, we are the universe. There's no separation between us and the rest of us. But because we are here to experience a human experience, we have to forget about this all so that we can fully embrace our full humanity. And our humanity comes with the whole package. We must discover fear, anger, sadness as much as the good stuff. We must experience the despair and everything that humanity is about. But the beauty in that is realizing that we are here essentially to grow and expand through that adventure. And so what matters is not what we are feeling in this moment. What matters is what we are doing with the next moment, one moment at a time. And for this to happen, we must have an open mind and an open heart. Listen to your intuition, trust yourself, trust the universe, and you're going to be fine. Let me know in the comment section if you agree with this or even if this makes sense. Any feedback, any comment are welcome. And that'll be it for now. Thank you so much.